Good morning, friends. I meant to film a little bit earlier when I left the house, but I decided to just use the walk to kind of ground myself. Excuse all the yelling, there's a soccer game happening down there. Or a practice. I think that's a game. I just went to the park and had a little doula client meeting, which is so nice. This is what I love about being a traditional doula. And just like the community that is created around serving women in this way. Like we just took our little ones to the park together and played, and also did a prenatal appointment because you can do that. And it's just, that's how women are supposed to be working together, you know? Anyway, I decided to use the walk over to just kind of ground myself. I like to do that before I meet with anybody, especially if I am serving them in birth. I try to really ground myself and ground my energy before I go. So I was going to film on the way over, and I was like, no, I'm just going to really take my time and walk there peacefully and clear my head and make sure I'm not bringing any like antsy morning energy, you know, into the so it was fun. Did you have a good time, Saggy?
Yeah.
Sappy had a good time. He's up there. It is a beautiful day. You played with your friend. That's right. So anyway, now I'm just heading back home. Your friends love rocks. That's right. We're gonna go make some lunch, and I need to get packing, honestly. So I need to do some packing. I need to pack some apothecary orders for Etsy. I need to do a lot of little various things today. Mackenzie is heading off to a party, so that's exciting for her. So I don't know, it's a little bit of everything today. Cody's at work, and it's a beautiful Saturday. If anybody's like, Cody's at work on a Saturday, usually, yes. It is our life, we are used to it. Our schedule is a little bonkers, but I just thought I would check in and say good morning, hello, and I'll see you when we get home in a few minutes. Finally got the baby to sleep. We are home. We've had lunch. I've seen my children off to various corners of the world. Mackenzie's at her party, and Gray is out with a friend. They are currently going to get a Slurpee because it is a hot, hot day. I am craving a tea. Zeph has not been sleeping good the past couple of nights. And so I'm trying him out in his crib to see if that will help him. Like, I don't know if I'm disturbing him or if he's just going through a restless little phase or what it is. I don't know. Last night was okay. We did like some of the night in the crib, and then he just like had an awake time where he was super restless and couldn't fall back to sleep no matter where he was. So Mama is sleepy today. But I'm glad we got outside first thing in the morning and got some nature. Hung out at the park. So now that he finally went down, I need to call my mom in a little bit. We talk every Saturday at least. But I need to get some work in the apothecary done. So I've sanitized half my kitchen, most of my kitchen, all of that way. That's what I do. I sanitize the entire thing, and then I pull all my products out, pull it all out of the sealed apothecary, and we need 2 bottle face serums. I said those were going to be out last week on my Instagram, but the babies just would not let me get anything done. Even when I was wearing Zephyr, he's wiggling back there so much I can't pour anything. So I'm doing it now. I am making tallow. We've got beef liver finishing its processing. That's going to be ready to start going out next week. That's restocked in the shop now. Tallow cream, tallow balm, like belly butter. I'm gonna try and just get as much as I can done. I stocked the cramp tinctures, so if you are expecting a baby anytime soon and you need something for the post-birth cramps, in my Etsy shop, which you will find in a link in the description, you can go pick up a cramp tincture, which is just amazing and works so well. If you've only had one baby, maybe you've never experienced cramping after. If you've had more than one baby, you know the cramps are intense and they get more intense with each baby. The tincture, you put it under your tongue like 10-15 minutes before you're about to start nursing, and it takes those cramps away so fast. I only needed it for about 2 or 3 days after birth, and then it was good and it was gone. But I don't know what I would do without a cramp tincture. So if you need one, I am a slow batch herbalist, meaning I make things in small, slow little batches. I said slow batch, but I meant small batch. I grow most of my own herbs. They are very potent, beautiful creations, but there is very limited availability. So I just put 10 in the shop, I believe. So that's all I've got right now until the next round is ready, because it slow infuses for at least 8 weeks. So definitely get one if you need one. Anyway, I'm gonna make a tea, I'm gonna start working, and let's see what we can get done. I waste nothing. This has been infusing for so many weeks that I will make this into a sugar scrub. So I think I'm gonna put that in the shop too. There won't be very many, but it is the best, most potent sugar scrub. I think I'll put it in the shop. Usually I just use it for myself because it is luxurious, but I think I'll put a couple in there. This serum is like, look at that color. Look at the gold. Oh, it smells so good. This is my favorite stuff. And I said this the other day, but I realized my skin just got horrible. And yes, part of it is hormones because my hormones are balancing out postpartum. You know, your cycle returns and all of that. But I was like, what is wrong with my skin all of a sudden? I have really bad acne prone skin. I am prone to breakouts. I pick my skin, I pick my chest. It's horrible, but it's something I have a bad habit of doing. And I was like, what is different? And I realized I ran out of my own serum. And it keeps my skin so clear and glowy and youthful. This is my personal bottle. You can tell because it has been used many times. The label is Grace. But this is like such a powerhouse. That is how every product in my apothecary has been born, out of a need from someone, usually me or somebody in my family, but sometimes for somebody else. This one was like, I need something for my skin that doesn't cost $100 a bottle, and that also is like not drying and is okay for my acne and is okay for like my dry skin. And I've tested it. This serum went through so many test phases. It used to be like a cream and then it turned into a serum. Back in the day in like 2015 probably, and it has gone through so many skin types. People use it on their hair, people have used it on rosacea, on so many different things. It is a freaking powerhouse, and I know that I make it obviously and I sell it, but it's because it works. Every single one of my products in my shop, it's there because it works and has proven to work on many different people. And Dude, this is one of my favorite products in the entire shop. Okay, we are ready. She's ready. Let's bottle her up and see how many we get. That's how we figure out how many go in the shop. Let's see how many this gives us. It should give us about 16. Let's see. No, probably 15 because I'm filling my own. And I should say, so my serum is $40. It comes in a 60 milliliter container. This lasts so long. This dropper bottle lasts a very long time because it goes a long way. But face serums are so expensive, and I probably should charge more for this, honestly, because, for example, vitamin E alone is so expensive, and a good quality vitamin E is expensive, and in Canada it's expensive. So it's worth it though, and I make a point to try and make my products. Hi. My goal in my shop has always been to make my products as accessible as possible while also not losing money. So that's why my beef liver is cheaper than you'll find it anywhere else, because I get a really good deal, so I'm able to get you a good deal, even though it is so extensively manually, like the manual labor that goes into beef liver is intense, but it's really important to me to make. Oh, you want some peaches? Okay. It's really important to me to make my products as accessible as possible and get them in as many hands as I can. Okay, can you see this? My big box of serum bottles. I made a mistake and accidentally ordered another box when I already had a box. So now I have lots, which is great because now I have lots to put in this shop. I forgot that I changed my bottle size, so my recipe still tells me that one batch makes 8, but it doesn't because I changed the serums to be bigger. There are actually only going to be 7 in this batch because I could make 4 more, but I'm going to use this base in a different recipe and restock Sleepy Time salve because I haven't had that in my shop for a long time, and it's a favorite, especially for parents. Because it's super gentle. You can use it on babies even. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to put 7 in. Sorry guys, I will get a new one infused ASAP here. I can't believe I made that mistake, but whatever. Those were 30 milliliter bottles. I used to sell these in, and now I sell them in 60 milliliter bottles, so you get more. But that's okay. Grab one while they're hot, if there's still any when this video goes up. It totally depends on like what people need at the various time. Sometimes these sell out right away, and sometimes they'll sit for a couple days. So totally depends. And again, if you are not in Canada, the tariff situation does not affect any orders on Etsy under $800. So you're fine. And oftentimes people from other countries like to purchase from Canadians because our dollar is crap and it means it's cheaper for you. So you'll get an even better deal because it's $40 Canadian. I genuinely, if any of you have ever ordered any of my products before, I just want to genuinely say thank you because this is such a passion of mine and just something I love to do, but it also supports my family directly. So I really appreciate every single purchase, and just not only that, just believing in me and just appreciating what I do. I really genuinely am very thankful. Okay, and there we go. They get cleaned off and then face serum. Okay, just got off the phone with my mom. While I was on the phone, Gray came bursting in to chat with me and said hi to Grandma for a minute, and then was right back out the door. Zeg tried to follow him and ran down the street. I was right on his tail, phone in hand, FaceTiming my mom. It's great, great time. laugh sometimes. This is the summer of learning boundaries for Zeg. He's 2. It's his first like real summer of toddlerhood. And we are slowly learning what listening to mom means. We're going to have lots of practice this summer for sure. But he did great this morning. Yesterday we went back to the park and he like ran for the water. And we had a big talk about like how that's absolutely not something you can do. And today he was so good. And he didn't run to the water. He stayed with mommy. And when mommy said stop, what did you do? You stopped?
Yeah, I stopped.
You did. And you did such a good job. Sophie woke up from his nap halfway through. So that was fun. We're losing the sock. My tea has been abandoned somewhere. I did get a fair amount done while he was sleeping. I got face serums done and bottled, and I made a sugar scrub. So that's something. Did some like work in my Etsy shop. We're getting there. This is how I run my business, in tiny pockets of time. In the night and sometimes at nap time, depending on the day. That's just the only time there is to do it. So we do what we gotta do. Do what we got to do. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm at that point where it's like, what time is it? 3:30. Cody gets off at 5. It's just me and the babies. And I kind of get this like itchy boredom where I'm like, hey, I want company. Where's my husband? Hey? Where's Daddy? You probably want to go to the doggo park. I want to go to the doggo park. Hey? To the doggy park. Yes, to the park. We take her to the dog park most nights. Most nights. She's a good girl. We'll go tomorrow to a doggy park. Anyway, onward. I should try and find my tea. What? I love you too. Oh my god. Do not bite my ears. Thank you. You're cute and I love you very much. Hey friends, that was a crazy evening and now it's so late. I need to go to sleep. I was going to go to sleep earlier, but the baby stayed up. I couldn't get him down until like 10ish. It's now 11:40. And I'm just going to bed. I was going to stay up and maybe fold laundry, and I was like, you know what? No, we're not doing that. I just need to go to sleep because the baby's not sleeping very well. I'm trying to take good care of myself and like get enough sleep. And that way I can have the energy to work out and do everything the next day that makes me feel even better. So, Zeg was so sad tonight. He was so sad because Mackenzie and Grayson were both gone. And honestly, he and them have not really been separated that much in his life yet. Like, yes, they go on days and classes and like they go out for the day and they go hang out with friends, but we are the hangout house. Oftentimes friends come to our house and so he sees them, or like even though I don't let him go like bug the big kids when they have friends over and stuff, oftentimes, especially with Mackenzie and her friends, they want him to come with them. They think he's cute, so they'll like hang out with him for a little while. And even Grayson too. And so he's like used to at least seeing them or knowing they're in the house or something. Today they were just gone all day and he was so upset. He was up by like 5 o'clock. He was just done. He was like, where are they? Why are they not home? He started to understand the concept of texting this week. Because like we FaceTime, he understands FaceTime now. Because I talk to my mom all the time, so he FaceTimes grandma a lot. And he started to understand texting because I think it was something like he wanted something from the store. So it's like, oh, we'll text daddy, and we text Cody, and then he brought that thing home from the store. So I think he's understanding that like that is a message that gets received, because he was just going on and on. He was so upset and crying and being like, can you text Grayson? Text Grayson, Mom. Text Grayson to come home. And I was like, Grayson doesn't have a phone. Like, I can't just text him to tell him to come home, buddy. I'm sorry. It was really, really heartbreaking, but also really cute. And he was so excited. When Mackenzie finally came home from her party, he literally leapt into her arms. And when he saw Gray earlier, he like just gave him a big hug and then started crying because he like missed them so much. Oh my gosh, it was so cute, but also hard. So anyway, it was like a really emotionally overwhelming day or evening for him. But then I was very overstimulated because he cried for like an hour, and then Cody came home. Well, he didn't cry for like an hour, but you know when they like cry whine for a really long time? He was doing that, and then Cody came home. We were trying to like do dinner, and then Grayson came home, and it was like so much, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. So I couldn't pull up my camera because I was like, I'm gonna have like, this is where all my gray hairs are coming from, moments like these. Anyway, we went out and grabbed some groceries after dinner and went for a little drive, and then came home and put the babies to bed and showered them, and it all ended really well, and they were very calm and went to bed good. And now Zeph like had a nap and then had a beginning sleep and then was like, that was a nap, and that's why it took me so long to get in bed. But anyway, they are sleeping now, and now I get to finally sleep, and it is so weird for me to be over here alone in my bed with my baby over there. I know like that's really funny for some people, I'm sure, because I'm so used to all of my babies being in my bed still. And I've never done the whole like just put your baby in a crib and go to bed thing ever. So this is very weird, but he's just so movie. I've never had a baby. Like I wish I could record us sleeping so you could see how insane he is at night. And it's just like, we have a bed rail, and I'm keeping this up because I'm sure he'll come back to bed. But like, he keeps crawling up here in the night and trying to launch himself like into my nightstand table and like crawl over the bed rail and stuff. And I'm like, you cannot do this. So anyway, he's sleeping really well. He loves his crib. So it's harder for me than it is for him. Not that it's hard for him at all, because he doesn't notice any difference. He's just sleeping. So I'm going to see if I can maybe put him back. So I'm going to try and get a little bit of sleep before he wakes up for his first nighttime feed. And yeah, I had a good day. I wish I could have gotten a little more done. It's always that balance of like, I would love to just be able to go really hard and put so much more of myself in my apothecary shop, but this is not the season for that, and I have fully accepted that this year, in the past year. So I appreciate everybody who purchases my products, but also has like immense patience and grace for when I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put that out tomorrow, and if something comes up, everybody understands. I really appreciate that. I am trying not to be a crappy business owner, but I'm also trying to be a good mom. So it's a balance, and I'm doing my best. And then in the middle of a move too, it's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm going to go to sleep now. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you for your feedback in the last vlog and letting me know what you guys like to see and just chatting with me. Again, I'm trying to dedicate myself to consistency right now online and in this YouTube space. So I'm just filming and I'm just seeing what happens, and we'll go from there. I'm just trying to make vlogs so that I have something to post, so that I don't get in my head about being like, this wasn't a good enough vlog, I'll just like not ever post it. I'm just trying to show up. So here's me showing up at least 2 times a week. Anyway, you guys, I hope you have a really wonderful day, and I hope that all of you had a good Mother's Day. If you are in a region that celebrates Mother's Day in May, tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. We're just having all I want is a chill day. So, I hope you enjoyed yours. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy mine, and we will see you in my next one. Bye, friends.